Alright, so I'm trying something a little bit new today. You're going to finally see my face while I'm talking. And this is a little awkward because I'm having to do things in multiple apps, but it should be all good. So, I've been working over at Project Studios in Hoboken. I have a studio share over there, and what's great about it is that I have access to like a full wood shop and other facilities that I don't normally get a chance to work with here in my apartment. And so I've been working on these pigeons for the Metuchen Pops Fest coming up on September 27th in Metuchen, New Jersey. So these are a bunch of little sculptures that I'm going to be showing off. And I wanted to do this green screen as kind of like a test to see how well this would work to try and make like a trailer for my upcoming show, Cryptid Mountain. But I guess for this video, I want to focus mostly on the pigeons themselves. So these are kind of been an ongoing motif in and out of my work because I kind of see the pigeon as like a stand-in for the urban citizen. I don't know, like there's a lot of animals that basically thrive on this planet because they're like uniquely suitable or uniquely suited to live around people: cats, dogs, pigeons, rats. And to me, there's nothing quite like a pigeon, because not only are they loved, but they're reviled by some, and it's kind of interesting to see and find out where people kind of fall along those lines. So I started making these wooden pigeons. Originally, they hung on the wall, and I don't have too many of those left anymore. However, the ones that were freestanding were really popular at Metuchen Pops last year, the same time around. So I thought I'll make a few more. So I wanted to make some original recipe pigeons, just basically look like real pigeons, and not too, I guess they're a little bit cartoony. I keep kind of bristling when people describe my work as cartoony, because I'm like, I think that is a nice way of saying you think my work is unrealistic and sloppy. However, everyone who says that I think means it as a compliment. But you know what I mean? I can't take compliments anyway, so whatever. It's more of a me problem than anything else. But these are particularly cartoony because they look kind of like the pigeons from the gangster pigeons from Pinky and the Brain when I was a kid. But the idea is that these pigeons are they're freestanding sculptures. They're on little plaques that I got from Woodpecker Crafts, a company out of Jackson, New Jersey, trying to keep this all kind of Jersey-centric. And I think eventually I'll turn these into stickers like I did with the previous year's pigeons. I made a bunch of like wizard pigeons and night pigeons. And so right now I'm working here. I'm adding basically I cut these out of wood, some with my jigsaw, and then luckily at Project Studios they have a nice scroll saw, which makes it a lot easier, and the lines are so much cleaner, so much less sanding, so much better. And then once I have the shape I like, I drill 2 holes for the dowels that'll be the legs. Now, mostly the feet are going to get painted on to the bases, but I don't know. I just thought it looked funnier. Originally, though, the wooden ones had like a cutout foot or a set of cutout feet, but I don't know. The dowels are pleasing to me in some way. And even though it kind of makes them feel a little bit more or visually more delicate, they're definitely way sturdier than the pieces of like dimensional lumber that I was cutting up, or in this case probably plywood actually, that I was cutting up. So, win-win. And the bases, I cut most of the bases by hand last year when I made these, and to limited success. And I used to use a bandsaw at home, and with a bandsaw, essentially you can cut as much as you can fit at one time. You just gotta do it slow. It's a little harder to do that with the scroll saw. So I got the bright idea that I'd order them pre-turned from Woodpecker Crafts. And this is not a Woodpecker advertisement, but like I kind of like their stuff, and it comes quickly, and it's semi. Jackson's not that far, I guess. It's basically where Six Flags is, but yeah, and I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. I think the bases just make them look a little bit more finished. I don't know, personally, like if I'm going to sell these for like $50, I want them to really feel finished and nice. And I'm going to eventually put a clear coat on them once I know the weather is going to be nice and sunny for at least a day or so, because I want to leave them outside in the sun after I spray the clear coat on them. However, I'm really excited about how these are coming out. And of course, there are also others. This is the Jersey Devil I made last year. He's also going to be like the star of Cryptid Mountain, which I guess kind of ties in. Another thing I'm doing in Metuchen, although on the 20th, this coming weekend, I will be doing kind of a preview at M Galleries. I'm doing 2 shows, one at 4, one at 6, where I'm doing the Cryptid Mountain show live with whatever I have ready, because I am kind of struggling with the animations, to be honest. I've been working on some animations for this, and I know animations take forever, but they're so simple. I felt like, oh, I could just make something really short and simple and loop it and make it background. And it's kind of working, but it's also kind of driving me crazy, so I might be having to use video loops that I'm going to have to either get stock footage and put my own music on them, or steal stuff from my own YouTube channel and do that. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, maybe I should just draw the titles I want and just make those the animations. But I don't know. It's been a little bit of a struggle, and I'm working on the script, I'm working on the sound, and I'm working on the animations. And I have yet to actually perform this live in front of a camera. That way I can watch myself and kind of start to learn the script. I'm going to have a script the whole time. I'm going to have a script. I'm going to have the VisiBox app open so I can control the projector or TV depending on how I do it. However, I kind of wish I was further along, but I just went back to school, and I've really been prioritizing my actual job, because the beginning of the year kind of sets you up for success for the rest of the year, and I've had to go through documents and update things. I'm in a new school, so there's a lot of changes, even though fundamentally everything's the same, but everything's slightly different, and I have to get new permissions to be on their systems versus my old school's systems. But so far so great. Actually, I really like it over at my new school. I was going to actually say the name of the school out loud, and I think that might be inappropriate. However, I digress. I'm also making a few silly pigeons, so I'm making a bunch of I'm calling them New York pigeons, despite the fact that I live in Jersey City. Basically pigeons wearing Timbs and a baseball hat, a baseball cap, some Yankees fans, some Mets fans. I thought about maybe making some Phillies themed pigeons, but I don't care about baseball, and the only reason why I want to do these is because growing up in North Jersey, Mets and Yankees logos were kind of ubiquitous. I'm a Jets fan, and I'm not doing a Jets one. There's something New York about, just some guy wearing Timbs and a baseball hat, and he could either be like a guy going out for the night, or he could be a CEO of a small company, or he could be like an actor going to rehearsals. Like, it's just a uniform that a lot of people in this area wear. And so it just kind of made me want to do that. Maybe I'll do a Devils one or a New Jersey one, because I'm a little obsessed. But yeah, it's just a really interesting ideas. And also, like, when I was a kid, like, there were a lot of places that would not let you go into the club and or establishment if you were wearing Timbs. And we my friends and I would always secretly know that that was a way of keeping African American people out, or like Hispanic people out, because like you're not, Timberland boots are work boots, but people don't always wear them for work. And a lot of times there's the nice Tims that you wear if you want to like look nice and go out with friends or go to like a family event, and they're the Tims that you might actually do your work in. Or you might have Tims for going out and you have a different set of work boots, like Red Wings for work. I don't know. And so it kind of felt like, to me, it kind of spoke to the idea of like how pigeons are like these birds that we have like this love-hate relationship with too, because like human beings domesticated pigeons and then essentially abandoned them, and then they're kind of re-domesticating themselves. It's very strange, but my idea is just that, you know, trying to use the pigeons and the Jersey Devil, and now the reverse merman I'm working on right now on the screen, to kind of stand in for your average person, or at least who I feel is like your average person. And I don't know. I'm excited for these because I think they're so silly. I don't know. There's something about taking an idea, and it doesn't matter if it's a good idea or a bad idea, but taking it to its logical conclusion, I just find delightful. This is such a dumb idea. Like, pigeons wearing shoes is so silly. Like, it's so unnecessary. Then I remember there was this whole meme about people gluing cowboy hats onto pigeons. Those pigeons, like, all died from that. Like, pigeons should not be wearing hats. But these are wood pigeons. No real pigeons were harmed in the making of these pigeons. Could you imagine if I harmed a pigeon to make these? No, there's no way, or whatever. And there's the executioner pigeon. I have a little like battle axe for him. And, you know, I'm just trying to have fun with these. You can definitely see these all on September 27th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I'll be on the streets, the mean streets of Metuchen, New Jersey. I think I'm going to be on New Street. I'm going to be on the plaza side of Main Street. So I don't know if it's... No, it's definitely New Street. It's not New Street. New Street becomes Hillside at a certain point, but when it crosses over Main Street. So New Street. If you came last year, I think R.H. Doez and I are going to be next to each other. Me and Robert. I love his work, and he is a great artist and a nice guy. And there's a bunch of other people I'm excited to see, like obviously like my friend Joe Castronova and my friend Robert Dyken. But Drained Eye from Philadelphia is coming, and that's super exciting because I've actually been following his work for a long time, and I really love the stuff he's doing with his mobile art gallery. So it's kind of serendipitous that we're going to be at this show in my old hometown together, even though I don't live there and he's coming all the way from Philly. But it's just great to finally meet someone you know in real life. And there's a few other people too. I think Jonathan Horowitz is also going to be going, local artist and mural painter, really talented guy. And there's definitely people I am forgetting because I did not prepare for this video at all. But I'll probably do an actual trailer for that event in my, maybe in shorts, I don't know. But yeah, I'm super excited about this whole thing. But this weekend is going to be Cryptid Mountain Trial. Oh man, we came up with a great name and I don't remember it. I'm going to go through my text messages. I'm going to be trying out Cryptid Mountain, doing a preview at M Galleries in Washington, New Jersey. And then October 26th is going to be the first real show in Metuchen, where I'm going to be performing at Bob Dyken's Basecamp Gallery and Studio. The whole thing, it will be in its finished form with lights and audio and video. And the audio and video is the stuff I'm really basically set up. And most of, obviously, the effects are practical effects I'm doing on the mountain itself. But I'm going to also have to repair the mountain, which I'm going to probably try and do this weekend. I'm super excited. So, yeah, I'm going to let the rest of this play out with a little bit of music. But thank you guys so much. And, you know, if you like this video, please subscribe, share with your friends. Tell your rich friends about my art. Maybe they'll buy some. All right, thanks so much. And, of course, thank you to my patrons over at patreon.com/David Lamort.